Yes, yes, yes. 3 in a row. I was like, nah, let's do 4 in a row. Oh man, I'm so happy to be with y'all today. I am so happy to be with you guys. I'm like really happy to be in this space again. I'm happy to be consistent. I'm happy to be able to get my thoughts out to you guys. I'm happy that the Michael J. MacDonald podcast is back in order. I'm just happy. Today's a beautiful day. It's Wednesday. And I'm going to change it up a little bit. Usually I talk about the topic on Monday and kind of go back into it and kind of give some reactions to it. But I'm like, you know what? Let me try different things, because I am ultimately going to change the format of the show. But, as I do, I'm going to try new things and see where it fits, because I want to talk every day. I know consistency is the most important thing. I might not be the most talented speaker. I might not be the most talented communicator. I might even not be the most talented podcaster. But if I'm consistent, it's going to outweigh everything else, right? I'm going to force my way to the top. I'm going to bully my way to the top. So I like to put out content every single day because out of sight, out of mind. Insight in your mind. So today we're going to talk about holding on, like believing in that vision. All it takes is that one moment. But before we go into that, let's talk about tonight. Tonight at 7 p.m., I will be giving a free webinar. Yes, a free webinar on personal branding. You guys have an idea, right? You guys have an idea, or you have a brand, or you want to start a brand, and you just can't figure out how to get to the next level, how to make more money, how to get to a place where you don't have to work your job. Tonight is going to answer those questions at 7 p.m. on THEMACPAC.com. It's going to be on my group mentorship. I'm hosting my webinar on my group mentorship, the MacPack. So if you guys, and it's free, you just go there, register, and you gonna be a part of the MacPack. But let me tell you, it's very, very, very highly top level information. And if you're really, really, really serious, you're gonna go check it out. But listen, I just wanted to let you know, if you have a brand, go there. If you want to further your career and go straight to group mentorship, go there. TheMacPack.com. THEMACPAC.com. But, so I took a month off. And I'm like, I got to think about things. I got to reorganize my life. I got to build my beautiful new studio that I'm showing you tomorrow in my group mentorship. And I'm like, imagine if I would have stopped. Right? Imagine if I stopped. All those 50 episodes I did before I stopped, or 49, would have meant nothing. All the long nights, the long early mornings, all the researching, everything I put into this, it had been for nothing. And not that I got my break with this particular podcast that, this brand that I've been building. I didn't get my break yet. But imagine if I would have stopped. And this goes to you guys. You might be working on something and you might feel like you're not getting the results you want. And I understand. You want that now. You want it now. You want your fruits of your labor to be right away. But unfortunately, that's not how life works. You got to put in the work. And as you put the work in, the fruits of your labor will develop. It will come, right? But the other unfortunate thing is you could be all the way right here, and it's that one thing that you can do, and it just catapults your success. It catapults your success. We went 18 months building Earn Your Leisure. 18 months before it really started to make money. Imagine if we only went 17 months and we stopped. Just think about that. The last 3 or 4 years would have never happened. And to you out there, you're building something and you really believe in it. You see the vision. You see yourself in that place where it looks like success. And you gotta pause for a moment. Anytime you feel that you wanna give up, just pause. And just think about everything you put in. All those long nights, those early mornings, all the things you put in to make this what it is. Is it worth throwing away? You gotta ask yourself, right? Because if you really, really want it, and you feel like you really, really deserve it, you're gonna keep going. And this is why I thought about it. I'm like, I took a month off. I'm like, I can't stop. I didn't do all of this work. I didn't do this website. I didn't do this studios. I didn't do all this just to throw it away. Nah. And you know which story comes to my mind? So it's a guy by the name of Shannon Sharp. Shannon Sharp has been doing this podcast for 2 years. And the podcast, I want to say it wasn't like bad, but it wasn't highly successful. It was literally doing okay because of the success off of his just name. So it wasn't like it was a great podcast or got the exposure it should have for those last 2 years, but he didn't give up. He kept going. And I would most likely say that his production costs, his employee costs, his crew and all that, I would probably say he was either breaking even or even losing money, right? For a long period at 2 years, because I believe he got a deal with like one of those casino companies or betting companies a couple of months ago. But just imagine if this guy stopped. He believed and he enjoyed. He loved what he was doing or what he's doing. And he kept going. And little that you know, a young guy by the name of Cat Williams comes on this man's show. Cat Williams. No one would have ever thought that this episode would have did what it did. But my man, Cat Williams, comes on his show and he has a mouthful of everything he needs to say about the industry that he was in. Now, not saying I agree with him or disagree with him. Whatever that man said, that's what he said. But he came on this show and let the people have it. He had a lot on his chest and he needed to get it off. And I'm like, wow, I got to sit here for 2 hours and 20 minutes to listen to this podcast because I heard from the grapevine that it was some crazy stuff in it. And yes, I posted on my social media, I did sit and watch it for 2 hours and 20 minutes. And I normally don't watch that long of stuff. My attention span is not that long. But I watched this podcast and I realized it was a really, really good episode. But I also was taking an education from it. I was seeing the elements in this podcast of why it was so great. How he delivered the answers and how he even delivered the questions. The setting, like even if you notice, that's the #1 podcast, but the fireplace in the first half of the episode was crooked, right? It wasn't straight. And if you know Shannon Sharp, he's very organized. He's a very precise person, and that probably pissed him off. But the thing that covers the fireplace was crooked. It was pissing me off too. Because I like organization. I like everything being straight, aligned. It's a word for that, but whatever. I took a lot from that episode. And this was so much information given in terms of why things go viral. But I'm gonna go into that I'm gonna peel back the layers of that episode another time. But I'm saying, what I wanted to say was that this man probably was breaking even or making a little bit of money until that episode, until that one moment. He kept going, he kept believing, and he stayed consistent. And after that one episode, his numbers for everything he was doing tripled. His podcast numbers tripled, his YouTube numbers tripled, even his other channel, the Nightcap, tripled. They got 1 million something followers, all from one episode, that one moment. And anytime I want to give up on something, I'm just going to really think about that. And I'd say to you, you got something going on, you believing in something, you really know it could work, just think about that moment. That one episode changed his whole entire life. He's probably made millions off that one episode. Millions off of that one episode. I can never stop doing what I'm doing. I can never stop doing what I believe in. I can never stop being who I am. I know as long as I'm true to what I am, I'm true to who I am, I'm true to what I do, and I believe in myself, there's nothing that could stop me. Now, yes, it might not come right now, but it's gonna come. You just have to stick in it. Stay there. Just keep doing what you said you were going to do. And it's only gonna be that one moment. 1 year could change your life. January 2019, I was borrowing money. January 2020, I was giving out money. It's a big difference. 1 year made. But I stayed to it. And that's the message I want you to get from this. You are doing something right now, and you're starting to think that it's not gonna work. You gotta think about, it only takes that one moment to change whatever you're doing to catapult to the next level. And all you gotta do is just stay with it. Don't be 1 day away and quit. Don't be a minute away and quit. Because anything can change in an instant. In an instant. But you gotta be in the game in order for you to see it. If you're not in the game, you can't take the shot and you can't score. So today I wanted to let you know that stay in the game, keep shooting. You're going to score. And the gratitude you're gonna feel from hitting that shot, from that one moment, is the most amazing feeling in the world. And it's gonna be worth everything you had to endure, sacrifice, everything you had to go through, the stress, the long nights, the early morning, it's gonna be worth it. Trust me. If you wanna trust anybody, trust me. It's gonna be worth it. Because whatever reasons you started what you're doing, it's not about the money. It's not about the fame. It's not about the materialistic things. It's the reason you started and you seen it before it was nothing. You started and you made it into something. That's the most gratifying feeling in the world. It was that journey to get there. And that's worth it in its own. The money and everything else is just a byproduct. Now you're able to do this more and get paid to do what you want to do. But the fact that you've seen something that nobody else could see and you made it come to intuition, that's going to be a most gratifying feeling. So stay in it. I hope you retrieve this message well. I know you can do it. I believe in you. I believe in you. You know why? Because you're listening to this episode and you got this far. So I believe in you. Me, I believe in you. Because I know that it's that little voice in your mind saying, damn, I could do it. I could do it. Turn the volume up. Turn the volume up. because this is your time. Stay with it, be consistent, and let's go. I love y'all, man. Hit the subscribe button, like, and see me on the Mac Pack tonight. I love y'all.